and welcome to Wine Live, Wine TV something. I'm your host. My name is Anders Nilsson, and this is the internet's second most passionate wine no, I'm just kidding. This is a wine show once in a lifetime, and it is a homage to Gary Vayniac, who quit on us. He quit on us. And this is a Swedish style wine library TV. I'm here sitting in my dining room, my fine salon, and I have 4 bottles of wine in front of me, and this is a brown paper bag episode, which it is not, because in Sweden it's actually really hard to find brown paper bags. I don't know why. We are all plastic on some sort. So I'm doing the Munskänker way. Munskänkarna, it's a non-profit organization for wine tasting and wine learning in Sweden. 23,000 members, and they usually do like this. They take aluminum foil on the bottles and they number them up, and they have tastings and they talk about and they learn about wine. So I thought we'd learn about some Bordeaux wines today. My palate, not your palate, but I'm trying to get some wine nerdy facts. No, perhaps I'm just gonna taste it, right? I've got my big ass glass out, and before we go on the show, I would like to explain this. This is my spit bucket. It does not say Jets or Bears or Giants. Happy Mart, isn't you? Giants win the Super Bowl. Great. This spells Annika. And why? Because if we're going to have sport references, I would only choose the sport I love the most, which is golf. And Annika is the best golfer there ever was in modern times that I have met and seen. And, well, you know. 4 wines from Bordeaux. This is Wednesday. Every second Wednesday I go to wine class, Munskänkarnas wine class, and unfortunately it was cancelled this day, so I'm doing a Bordeaux tasting, as we should have done at the class, today instead. I've got 4 wines from different places, and I'm not that skilled, so I'm going just trying to guess if it's right back or left back. Merlot driven or Cabernet Sauvignon driven. That's what we're going to do, and I'm going to tell you what I feel, what I smell, what I think about the wine. And first off, I don't know, is it wine number 1? Yes, wine number 1. Wine number 1. Doing like Gary does, a real sniffy sniff. Doing a sniffy sniff, you have to put your nose really down into the glass, and this smells like actually a mixture of herbs and red fruit and some plum, blue plum, red fruit, and a little hint of heat. I don't know if it's herbaceous or if it's spicy, or yeah, you can feel some of the oak, but not vanilla oak, just wood, dry feel, stingy feel of some acid as well. Let's try. Oh, sorry about that. Quite tannic wine, red cherries, blue plum, almost a tiny hint of dried plum actually. Not strict tannins, I would say strict tannins, young wine. This is a Cabernet driven wine, and I'm going to score it. So, doing as some video makers or Gary would, I would like to do some shout outs, and the shout outs go to Costello, John Farron, John, Tennis Pro, Dominus, who made the last episode shown on Daily Grape and Wine Library through a link, and Lisa S, of course, and Northwest Indiana Dan, and where is Alan, and Terroir Terrier, and all you other girls and boys on the Wine Library forum, on Wine Library TV, on the Daily Grape. Hope you have a wonderful time, even if our idol and icon is gone. Let's move on to wine number 2. Let's do a rinse rings first of all. And then a sniff. A much more subtle nose, almost gentile. Some dirt, some earth, some a hint of dark red berries, and again plum, again. But very subtle, very gentle, very earth-driven nose. Let's take a whirl. Also, quite a dry wine. Nice, small, velvety tannins. Still not old, quite young. Some sour cherry on the back end, almost cranberry style. Subtle wood. Some spices. Even subtle on the flavor as on the nose, but still kind of nice food wine, meaty-like in some aspects actually. Yeah. Due to the actual feel of the tannins, I think this is a Merlot-driven wine. So that would be the first wine would be a left bank, and this would be a right bank. So let's move on to number 3. Oh, sorry. Almost made a mistake there, didn't I? Moving on to number 3. Hope you all had a great holiday season and the new year have started all right, and you're doing fine in whatever area or aspect you're working. We all miss Gary, don't we? Ooh, the foil coming apart here. I don't want to see what mine it is. This is more, it's not that earth driven or that strict. This is more, a tiny bit more fruit, red jammy fruit, a little bit more of a soft oaky smell. The scent is, it's like 2 layers, a fruit layer and then a layer of some sort of mix between oak fragments and a slight hint of milk chocolate actually. Actually the smoothest of the bunch so far. Really smooth. Maybe it's an older wine, I don't know, but it's still fresh, good acidity, long lingering red currant and red cherry, and actually some blackberry as well. Strange wine. This seems to be a mix of some of Cabernet and Merlot. Well, very soft wine. I like it. So, going on to the fourth and last wine. Rinse, pouring again. Waste of good wine all the time, and I don't even have a wine chop, so let's try wine until we drop. Ooh, is this a Bordeaux? Someone is pulling my leg. It must be my sweet lovely girl. This smells like a new world wine to me. A lot of red fruit, strawberry, raspberry, red currant, but very mature, very sugary. Lots of caramel and toffee and vanilla as well. Lots of, so this has been oak treated really good or bad, or it depends. We don't know if the oak monster appears, but it's a bit too much fruit for being an oak monster. It's almost like a red fruit marmalade. But there's a hint of some dirt and some milk chocolate in the background. Caramel, toffee. That might be the oak actually. So let's try it. Bright red fruit on the palate. First off, mid palate, it's more like a caramel toffee, and there's a good acidity at the end. A little bit light on the end, a little bit. The back end is short. This is a flirty wine with all that fruit flavor and that caramel and sugary. Lots of people would like this. It doesn't seem to be a Bordeaux, but it is. I know because it's 4 bottles of Bordeaux. Unless someone tricked me, but I don't think so. Yeah, but still a lot of fruit up front and a little bit short on the finish. Well, that's number 4. And I don't know if it's Merlot or Cabernet driven. That was 50-50. Hard to tell. So let's reveal the wines in the order of my points. Last place, but not a bad place, because I gave it 88 points, is number 4, and that is Chateau des Houx, Bordeaux Supérieur. It's my own wine actually. I own some shares in that castle. This is the Grand Reserve 2007, and I haven't had a wine like this from this chateau with this much fruit forward nose. It's been more earthy, mushroom, tobacco and things like that. This is a completely new experience for me from this chateau. Well, nice, but not nice enough. Third place with 89 points and a Cabernet driven wine, at least I think so. Chateau Clément Pichon from Haute-Médoc. Yes, it's Cabernet Sauvignon predominantly. 2005, a good vintage, 89 points. Yes, nice wine. Really food friendly, I think. Traditional Bordeaux style. Second place, 90 points, Merlot driven, as I felt it. Chateau Haute-les-Gracieux from Saint-Emilion Grand Cru. Yeah, Saint-Emilion, Merlot driven, Merlot predominant. This is 100% Merlot. 90 points, good for $20. I think I bought it for $20, or was it €20? It was in 2010. About €22, that was about $17, right? That's a good bargain. Very nice wine. If you like Merlot, this is a really good one. Now, first off, number 3, Chateau Siran from Margaux, 2006. So, Margaux, the soft municipality, the Cabernet, I said it was 50-50. Yes, 50-50. This is Cabernet driven, but in Margaux the Cabernet seems to be mellow and softer and more feminine, if you like it. So 88, 89, 90 and 91 points. You can almost suspect I planned this, but I didn't. So this is some sort of wine TV. My name is Anders, and thank you, Gary, for hooking me up on this wine tour. I've been watching almost every show from the start. Oh, not exactly. I started in spring 2006 and really got into it in spring 2007 after visiting France and eating chocolate and finding wines in the Rhone Valley, which I know you're a Rhone nerd, a Rhone head, and so am I. So good luck to you, whatever you do, and good luck to all my friends over there in the United States, in the San Francisco area, Lisa, Ed, and John, and Randall. Oh, I forgot, shout out to Randall. Sorry, Randall. You're the best, you're the greatest. We had a wonderful time meeting you in San Francisco in October, and had a lovely wine tasting at Indigo restaurant in San Francisco. Great. And I hope to meet you, Vayniacs, on other places, on other times around the world, and thank you and goodbye. Bye.